And begin with a gentle deep breath in through the nose, not needing to force anything in the body, but gifting your body with an inhale and exhaling out the mouth or through the nose, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth or the nose. And continue to breathe in, unplugging for a moment. Your breath doesn't have to sound like mine or go as fast or slow as mine is. Breathe how John needs to breathe, how Chamir needs to breathe, Danielle, Kenzie, Fatima, Monica. How does the breath represent itself in this moment? And are you able to find the breath returning gently back to its normal breathing state? So, not trying to deepen the breath or make it more shallow or anything, but just letting the body return back to its natural rhythm. And today we're going to do something a bit different at the beginning. Still with the eyes closed or with the eyes open, whatever you have chosen for this meditation. We are going to very, very slowly turn our head to the right. Not yet, but we're going to do this as a means of Qigong or Tai Chi in a way of conscious, slow movement. And as we do this, again, we're not moving yet. As we are moving, try to see just how slowly you can move your head from middle to the right so that your ear is facing behind you and that your left ear is facing in front of you. Just how slowly can you do that? So starting now, again, breath is normal, but as slowly as you possibly can, glacier speed, turning the head to the right side. Can you spend a full minute just turning your head to the right? Can you move so slowly that if somebody were to see you from afar, they would think that you were completely still? And notice if there's any resistance in the neck, sort of a brake system in your body from all the tension of work or whatever may be going on in your life. And seeing if there is an added pressure or force that you need to turn your head to the right. And you arrive there in your own time, but whenever you get there, just holding and awaiting further instruction. And when you get there, whenever that is, noticing if something has shifted in your sense of balance in the body, or perhaps what you were paying attention to. If maybe you were paying attention to your heartbeat, now you're paying attention to your breath, or maybe the types of thoughts that were distracting you have changed to different kinds of thoughts. Just sit here for a moment with your head turned to the right, observing this mental and physical reality. Notice how your breath is. If you feel the need to breathe or invite a deep breath, do so. As we now start to go the other way, bringing our nose back to center, again, as slowly, humanly possible, rearing the ship of the head around to slowly and eventually come back to center. With all the time in the world, how slowly can you move the base of your neck to come back to center? And once you come back to center, whenever that is, notice how this feels. If you're still, in a sense, off balance, perhaps eager to see what the left side is like. If you are at all more grounded or more relaxed, and if not, allowing that to be there, to that being okay, as we rest for a moment in the middle. If our life is comprised of actions and spaces between actions, or thoughts and the spaces between thoughts, this is the moment or the opportunity where we get to rest in that space. But there is nothing to expect, nothing to finish, just to be exactly as that space represents itself. Inviting a deep breath in if you feel inclined to. Now moving the head slowly, slowly, glacier speed to the left side. And maybe experiment. Maybe if you were driving from your lower neck last time, try seeing what it feels like to drive from your nose or from the top of your head. But every movement feels like you're swimming in molasses. Every movement as monumental as a mountain being moved. Every bit of movement has meaning. Every turn of the head, purpose. This is an example of conscious action. As we very slowly guide this head to face completely to the left. How slow can you go? And once you are there, whenever that is, how is this view? How is this hemisphere of this body? Is there anything you are becoming aware of that you hadn't noticed before? Or something that you used to be aware of on the right side that is no longer present? Notice if being on this left side feels better, or for lack of a better word, worse than the right side. If there's a fun game of comparison going on. You're just noticing, oh, the right feels great today, or oh, the left feels good today. And taking a deep breath in and out if you so choose, as we begin to guide the head back to the center, back to the midpoint. You can only initiate movement once. So again, making sure that every movement is meaningful. Every drag of the nose against this air, against this space as it moves, has purpose and direction. Just how slowly can you go? Can you be aware of the full body as you continue to turn? Can you feel how every movement affects your elbow, affects your toes, affects your hips? Whenever you get to center, whenever that is, noticing if this middle, if this center feels different from the one before that, and different before the one from that. If it gives you any indication, I am still moving my head back to center. And I am now back to center. Continuing this trend of slowing down, I'd like to invite you to breathe in and breathe out only as much as you need to, which usually ends up being less than we think. Just how much air is required to be in a resting, sitting, or lying position? Just how much effort does it take to sit in this posture or to lie in this posture? How much air does this body truly need? And just like before, with our intention of slow, deliberate movement, just inviting our lungs to let every movement be impactful, meaningful. Let's allow our lungs for the first time today, or perhaps this week, to feel as if they can take up as much space, rise and fall as much as they need to. Letting go of our judgments or preconceived notions of what is a good breath or what is a bad breath. And then shifting our attention to our heartbeat. How much pressure in the bloodstream? How much effort is required for this heart to beat enough to sustain us in this moment? For us to be in a resting, sitting posture or lying posture? How much effort from the heart does it take for us to use our brain to draw the attention or to guide the mind's eye? It may sound silly, but encourage the heart to beat just as much as it needs to. No more, no less. And just notice what happens, what arises because of that. Can you feel the heart and the lungs working together? Supply oxygen rich blood to the entire body, to the brain, to the muscles, to the bones, all of the various organs in the body. Now we are soon to come to the end of our practice, but before you open your eyes, if they are closed, I'd like you to recall our earlier exercise of moving the head from side to side, just how long that took, how we were able to take our time Every time we get up from our meditation, it can only be done once. So, as you, on your own time, decide to open the eyes or to look around, to break your gaze, do so in a way that is purposeful, self guided, and intuitive. You may even feel a slight resistance to moving, as I do. If it feels right, inviting a deep breath in. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Insight Timer, this is the end of the meditation. Thank you for sharing this with me and hope to meditate with you again. If you are still here, I would love to hear how that experience was for you. Um, if any discoveries came about, if there are parts of it that you disagree with or have questions or like to open a discussion about, with absolutely no rush to do any of that. So just whenever you're ready and have come out of your self-care moment, feel free to talk to me. Fatima says, wow, that was magical. I felt like I could really concentrate on the task. Movement helped my mind wandering. Much easier to focus than a regular guided meditation. Yeah. There's something very special about conscious movement. It's kind of an oxymoron because we think that we are either mindlessly just running around like a chicken with our head cut off, doing task to task and trying to accomplish everything, or that we are completely still and that there's no in between. And when you marry those two, and you realize that you can be purposeful in your movement, it sort of gives your brain something to do as your body's also doing it. Um, it's a little harder for the mind to wander when you are actively doing something, and that was sort of what I was hoping to come across is sort of the period of active turning and pausing or being in that space, and then active turning again, pausing, active turning. Um, but there are ways to invite this consciousness within both of not needing to work so hard that you pass out and don't remember any of the time that you slept or rested. um, and there's just ways to invite that quality into both things of conscious movement and also conscious rest. I was grateful for my body and the different ways that it moved, so I ended up being appreciative of how strong and in control my body is. Yes, what a wonderful thing that we are able to, I hope so, all of us turn our head from left to right. There are people in this world that are not able to do that. And that's not to say like, oh man, like thank God we're so much better than everyone else who's disabled, because that's not what it is. It's acknowledging the blessings and acknowledging sort of the gifts of life where you can find them. When's the last time you've felt happy because of your ability to like turn around for a second? When was the last time you really paid attention and was like, oh man, my day was bad, but when I did this, it got so much better. When I turned this way, it was so much better. Um, I believe it was Thich Nhat Hanh who called it the non-toothache, the quality of appreciating the non-toothache, of appreciating the fact that currently in your mouth, there is no toothache, there is no harm being there, there's no pain that you have to deal with. Are you able to be happy about the fact that we're able to move around so freely, or that we are strong and in control of our body, like Kenzie says? And are we able to sort of self-generate that appreciation and allow it to flow into other parts of our lives? I am glad that it's sunny today. I didn't even realize it until I just looked up. I appreciate that it is sunny out. I appreciate that because I am a sunny boy by nature. I love the sun. Am I able to appreciate that I have time that I can play guitar or spend time with family and friends and the people that I love all today? And really, I think, just speaking from experience, when my day gets really bad and my mental health takes a toll, it's usually when I stop appreciating things. And that is sort of just what I hope to inspire everyone to start considering about even the little things, like being able to turn your head. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox and does anyone else have any questions or comments about their experience?
Yeah, so for me, that was one of the most uncomfortable meditations in a good way. Um, I had felt like uh, I wanted to just get there,
Yeah.
and I could feel my body because I worked out yesterday and I could
Mhm.
feel very sore and a lot of resistance moving forward.
Yeah.
So, and I was trying to go as slow as possible. So it was excruciating. And I felt like literally, like I was sweating and I felt like I wanted to jump out of my skin.
Yeah.
And it was like a real battle between my mind and my physical body. And
Yeah.
I noticed like when I would let myself during the battle, like I would let my body take over, I would move a lot faster just to get it over with.
Yeah.
So it was usually on the way back,
Mhm.
and it was, and I was trying to like just focus in. So it was a very intense meditation for me, like a super intense meditation. But afterwards, I felt like it was a terrific, like a workout almost, like
Yeah.
a really
I
mental.
Who would have known that John would have had such a vivid experience with turning his head to the right and turning his head to the left? I'm
It
thinking
was
someone's
rather.
going to do this, right? Yeah, that's great. I think that also just speaks to, because there are things in life that are meant to be done in a swift, fluid motion, like just swiftly done. Um, but there are also times where we have all the time or space in the world to get somewhere, and we feel this need to just have it happen already. Or there's a delayed result or a delayed goal or delayed expectation, and we don't want to take those tiny, 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 tiny baby steps. We just want to like teleport there already. Um, and so
Noticed
that's
my
all.
movements, and
Hmm?
I noticed my movements were they weren't smooth, they were jerky because
Oh, yeah,
like my I don't know, my neurons were like just freaking go, you know.
yeah. You're like, it's right there. Why can't I go? Anyone else? Did anyone get nothing from this meditation? Is there someone here that was like, I hated it, zero out of 10 stars, never doing it again? Let me know. I welcome that feedback as well, because this is just a part of my own person. Like I just sort of did this about a week and a half ago, and just noticed how much more accentuated my meditation was after. So just wanted to share it with y'all. Does anyone else have anything? Jameer?
My name is Eric. That's my
Oh,
surname.
yes.
I liked it a lot because I was very focused on my neck, but it's like I left out the rest of my body. I was flying. I loved it.
Yeah, that's great. That's good. And you saying that you sort of felt like you left your body, or that you were sort of?
Yes, I was focused on my neck, but I was as if I was flying out of my body. It was
Wow,
really, really nice.
that's so great. I love to hear
I
that.
loved it too.
For me, I felt, just by turning my neck, I felt very in tune with my body, which is very interesting. Like I felt very aware of my feet. I felt very aware of like, you know, all 100% of me, which I didn't think I'd be able to do just by turning my head. And think of what you could do if you moved your whole body this way. Whoa, Qigong, Tai Chi, look it up. It's a good time. But anyone else have anything? I'm trying to invite everyone to speak before I end the meditation. If there's anything, oh, this is where I do my spiel. Feel free to raise your hand or put something in the chat if you'd like to speak up. But I'm just gonna make various announcements while I do this. So my email, if I can figure out how to use my keyboard, is right here. If there's anything from this meditation that you don't feel comfortable discussing right here, or you want to ask me like sort of specific questions or private questions, you can email me there. You can also find me on Instagram at Kanan.Bracey. Again, if you do feel inclined to donate, my Cash App is Kanan4580 right there. And my Venmo is at CANAN-Bracey right there. Cool. So if that is all, I see sort of the talking is slowed down a bit. So I'm just gonna wish you all a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Kick butt. Take this energy and invite it into your activities with your loved ones or wherever you're going to be around today. And just thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Kanan.